What's good, YouTube? Since we are on the eve of Natlan's launch, today I want to talk a bit about my history with Genshin Impact, how I feel about the game, past and present, and what my thoughts are about Natlan in the future. Now I want to come clean with you guys. I have been known to be a Genshin hater. I'm sure my friends will tell you that. I'll go on long rants about the game, you know, but I have a lot of mixed feelings. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about it all, and I'll try to keep it short. I just started this channel and I had planned for Honkai Star Rail to be my main focus. That's not going to change. I don't know if I really said that. I think the only video that I've released so far that I was talking on was the Jiaoshu guide. I think everything else has just been in-game showcases, kind of what I do in the in-game. And the reason that I made those videos is because I like that kind of content. So I made that kind of content. But there will be, you know, things like this too. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. But yeah, that's not going to change. I'm going to be focusing on Honkai Star Rail primarily. And every once in a while, though, it's definitely going to have periods of downtime. So I feel like it would be foolish of me not to try to cover other games, other gacha games, especially that I am interested in. If I cover a game that's not a gacha game, it probably will not be on this channel. I'll probably make a separate channel for it. It feels really strange to be making a video about Genshin, but now I'm finding myself releasing the second video ever in which I speak in, and I'm sitting here talking about Genshin. I mean, to be fair, anytime that a new region is released in Genshin, it does have a large significance in the gacha community. You can say that it doesn't matter, you can ignore it as much as you want, but Genshin is still arguably the most popular gacha, even today, right? Does it have significant contenders to the throne? Absolutely it does. Up to and including games that are made by its own company, right? But I think it'll be a long time before it fades from people's memories or fades from people's minds, or just, you know, stops being relevant, really. I think that as much as we want to ignore its relevancy, I think that it is still relevant even today. But like I said before, I do have a lot of mixed feelings about it. It was my first gacha game, and honestly, it just kind of fell short to me. You know, I played it, I didn't really have the best experience with it. And anytime that I've played the game in the past, you know, especially before Fontaine, I think that I've always had, you know, something to complain about. And it never quenched my thirst in the way that I needed it to. I think that a lot of that had to do with the fact that I came from MMOs like WoW, Final Fantasy. I played a lot of Monster Hunter, both at the time, World and Generations Ultimate. I played both of them, and I was a Monster Hunter fiend for a while there. I loved the game. So I came from those games expecting something similar with Genshin, and it just wasn't that. It was really weird. It was very strange coming into a game with this expectation where you think, oh, this is a live service fantasy game. Of course it'll be like these other live service fantasy games that I played, not really understanding what a gacha was. I think that maybe the game was doomed to fail in my mind from the start. And to be fair, I really feel like even to this day, the only time that Genshin Impact met my expectations was whenever I 36-starred Spiral Abyss for the very first time. That was just like one flash in the pan where I felt really satisfied accomplishing something that I worked hard towards getting. And then after that, that was it. I think that I fell in love with Honkai Star Rail so easily because I love turn-based games. And especially Persona 5. I love Persona 5. It's one of my favorite games ever. So coming into Honkai Star Rail, that was a lot easier for me to be satisfied with that game, right? Whereas coming from Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy XIV to Genshin Impact, it just didn't really do it for me, you know? And I don't think that it's ever met my needs or kind of, you know, what I was looking for like that. But I learned that When I started to see it more as kind of, a story game that has bursts of gameplay here and there from time to time, I did start feeling a lot more positive about it. As long as I kind of play the game just for the Archon quest alone and for trying to get it 36 stars in Spiral Abyss. As long as I do that, I feel satisfied with it. So I just pick it up for a very short period of time and then put it down and go back to other things that I'm doing. That makes it a lot more palatable for me. Right? And so that's probably how I'm going to play the game. Now, I don't know. Natlan could come out and completely blow me away and change my mind entirely. Who knows? Maybe I become a Genshin stan, but I just don't see it happening. I really don't. One thing I can say positive about it is I did recently finish the Fontaine story, and I felt like it was peak cinema. I think that the plot was on par with some of the best moments of Honkai Star Rail, which for me has never happened. I feel like their writing got so much better from 4.0 on. I was blown away by Fontaine. I really was. It was a great experience. I'm hoping that Natlan ends up being the same way. And it actually made me want to do side quests to find out more about Furina, which is crazy. I don't think that that's ever happened to me in the history of Genshin. We'll see. I hate to be so negative, but I also want to be truthful with you guys, right? But yeah, this brings us to Natlan. I feel like Natlan, to me personally, was a huge letdown. The reveal was a huge letdown, right? Natlan was sold to us as this nation of war where people coexisted with dragons. And I feel like what we got was some kind of weird version of Pokemon Sun and Moon, where like everybody is like smiling and happy and upbeat for what was sold to me as a nation of war. So I don't know about that. I don't know. It just kind of turned me off. I really don't understand that. I am going to reserve judgment for launch, but bruh, dude, it's just like that was just not it. What the previews that we were given was just not it. Whatever, I did not enjoy that. Pretty much everything that they've put out about Natlan has turned me off, except for the Pyro Archon, who looks exactly like Hamiko. And I will be pulling on the Pyro Archon. I think that if I gave anybody pulling advice for Genshin Impact, it would be pull the Archons. Whatever you do, always pull the Archons. You will regret it if you don't. So why would I give Genshin Impact another chance whenever I have all of these negative emotions towards it? Primarily negative emotions. I mean, if you play this back and you listen to me talk about it, I'm not being that positive. But yeah, why would I do that? I watched Dway cry on stage, which was crazy for me. I never thought that would happen. I do know that some people in the gacha community think that it wasn't real. They think that those were crocodile tears. But I don't know, man. I'm older than most people, and I watched that, and I feel like that man shed genuine tears. I don't think he was faking it. I really don't. And the thing that I keep thinking about over and over again is in that speech that he gave, it really made me feel like there is a real disconnect with the Genshin player base and the people who are making the business decisions about Genshin and Hoyoverse. And it's just like the player base feedback is just hitting them and bouncing off, and I don't know if it ever reaches them, because he was clearly very upset about some of the comments and feedback that he read, and I was like, man, I've been hearing negative feedback about Genshin for a long time. This is your first time? Like, I don't know, man. It seems crazy, It seems crazy to me. So it just seems like there's some kind of real disconnect, and I don't understand what the issue is there. But I do see the effort they're putting in. They're trying to improve the player experience. You know, they're trying to put quality of life things into the game now. For the love of God, can we please get an artifact loadout? Please, please. I would love to have artifact loadouts. Holy. So I do see the effort that they're putting in. You know, also that they did the Imaginary in theater and all of that, which I haven't tried yet. I am kind of interested in trying that, but haven't had time since I've been trying to catch up on the Archon quests before the launch, right? But yeah, I want to go into, you know, Natlan with an open mind. I understand that this is too little too late for a lot of people in the community, and I do not blame those people. And to be perfectly honest with you guys, it may be too little too late for me. But like I said, I'm trying to go into this with an open mind. I probably will make a video or two about it, talking about my feelings about the game, especially about Natlan and how, you know, the direction that I think the game is going and how I think that it's going to get there. And then I'll just go back to Honkai Star Rail content. Straight up. You know, probably splash in some Zenless Zone Zero here and there. Maybe even a dash of Wuthering Waves. You know, who's to say? I think overall, I just don't want to have any regrets, right? I don't want to miss out on something that could truly be great. And say what you will about Genshin, every time they release a region, it is hype. It is so hype. I don't want to miss out. The main thing is I want to see more emphasis on in-game content. You know, I keep pulling these characters, I keep building these teams, I keep trying to like build out these units, and I keep putting time into it. I want to see a reason for that investment. Spiral Abyss is harder, but I wanted a reason. I want a reason to min-max other than the Spiral Abyss, right? And I want there to be new in-game modes like Honkai Star Rail got. And I know we got Imaginarium Theater, and I know I haven't tried it, and I saw that on Twitter, in their words, they're going to be making a series of adjustments to it. So that sounds pretty promising, honestly. I'm going to reserve judgment on it until I see it. But I think, you know, overall, that's going to be a dub for us. It's going to be a W. And I think that what we need is just like one or two more in-game modes that would help, you know, round things out and give us something to strive towards. That's what I want to see. That's like the main thing that I want to see. I think that's the main thing right now for me personally that's missing from Genshin Impact. I feel like I get that from all of the other major gacha games that I play. I just don't get that from Genshin Impact right now, so I want that. I would also love to see a mute option for Paimon, but I just don't think that we're ever going to realistically get rid of her shrill little voice and all the annoying repetition that she does. I just don't think, you know, that's ever going to happen. I would love to see the dialogue get slimmed down, you know, but I just don't think that we're ever going to escape this massive dialogue bloat that they have going on. It's, you know, kind of a tradition at this point. Honestly, though, the writing for Fontaine's Archon quest was so good that it actually made me forget about the dialogue bloat. All right, so I just want to see more of that. Give me more Fontaine level writing, or better, preferably. Give me better than that. Whatever you do, just give me more peak cinema straight into my veins, please. All right. So, you know, those are kind of the main things that I care about. I could go on, but like I said, I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm not going to go into this hateful. I'm trying to get it. I'm going to do my best to be positive, and we'll see how it goes. So if you're interested in watching me go through all of that and go through Natlan, do all the pulls that I'm going to do, and I'll be dying constantly trying to get 36 stars in the Spiral Abyss, come hang out with us. You know, I'm over at twitch.tv/grafted, and link in the description, and I will be streaming daily this week starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out with us. You know, let's give Genshin another try, and hopefully it'll be better this time. Also, I just kind of want to mention briefly, I am trying to grow this channel. So if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. Truly anything helps. I'm going to be making more videos like this in the future, and I'll definitely be making more guides. I really appreciate you guys so much for watching. I truly do. It's a humbling experience seeing that people want to watch me ramble on the internet. So thank you guys for that. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.